Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 Build a Nation story from Bangor City with me, Daniel. We're back today as promised for the final game of the league season against second place Barrytown United, but it is not a crucial game thanks to the last couple of weeks. Barrytown United bottled it at the last and we've now got a celebration. It's the Party of Champions. We've lifted the trophy already. And today, you're going to see a couple of our young stars in action. We've got a review of a youth intake as well, a look ahead to the summer and a season review as we flatter the Eve in the cup competitions, but have really shone in the league. A poor season it's been across the table as well, but we've managed to take advantage. And with the club in pretty dire financial straits, with the chairman who can't decide whether he wants to stay or go, and signing's pretty much impossible due to the lack of money and the lack of meat in the club culture, this is a welcome time to get European football. So if you're looking forward to all of that, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content from this story and from the head coach as well. If you haven't seen that series yet, please do give yesterday's episode a try. Our first ever job change after 2 seasons, a massive moment in the series and one that I really enjoyed. So go and let me know your thoughts on that while we get into this one with Bangor City. And this one's a bit more of a celebration, but I'm still really anxious about what's going on off the pitch. And that's why I'm a little bit concerned going into this. I'm sort of worried we might lose professional status. If that happens before the European tie, it's just really whether the finances can hold on for 3 more months until those qualifiers. But that's a problem for the summer. Today we've got a party, we've got a chance to celebrate. So to stay up to date with both of these series, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as we go live for our 2 weekly streams as well, in addition to our daily content from these 2 series. But TNS, they've made it to the cup final. It does look like they've got European football in some capacity. They will face Haverfordwest, who knocked us out, of course, in the quarters. So a good season for them as well. They've got some good players at the club too. But what did happen in the Premiership, it looks all very close and lovely now. But if we go back just a few weeks, because you were with me as we managed to lose to TNS and draw against Barrytown last time. Now since then, I want to show you both fixtures together. Barry beat Connors Quay on the Friday night. That was an important game for them. They got back to within 4 points. We then had a big game that weekend and we nicked the narrowest 2-1 win at Carmarthen. Noah Daly scored their goal again. And we just about held on to what was a very difficult win. That put the lead back to 7. The following weekend though, Barry started the Saturday with a 6-1 win against TNS. Bear in mind that was the week after TNS dumped them out of the Welsh Cup, the competition they won last year. It was a very interesting turn of events. We did though beat Cardiff Met Uni to go 7 points clear, and with 2 games to go we had wrapped up the title. What it did mean is we could bring some of the youngsters in. We lost 1-0 to Connors Quay on the Friday as a result. Barrytown United, they lost. TNS, they won. That put those 3 as basically the top 3 wrapped up. The sides we probably need in Europe long term, so not a bad thing. And we all finish off today. We're at home to Barry, TNS have got Connors Quay, and Cardiff Met Uni hoping to spoil the New Saints party by going to Carmarthen and getting a good victory. But let's have a look at our bits off the pitch. We've lost the man with the most assists because he's been replaced by one of the youngsters. But the dynamics at the club are still very good. And we've had a youth intake as well. The problem is not really a very good one. So there's a few players with pretty big potential. And ironically, one with very good ability and not much potential at all. And then, out of nowhere, a Norwegian player near the bottom. So if we look at him, Roger Fremstad. He's a wide player who doesn't suit our tactic, but he already has 1-star ability, not a good personality, but I'm tempted to get him a contract as a result. The one we are looking at though is 1.5-star ability Gwyn Tudor, because we know the judgment of potential isn't great at the club. And I feel like this guy is one who we can keep. A lot of these youngsters haven't been signed on by a director of football or a head of youth development, and I'm not sure why. So Gwyn Tudor is one we're definitely going to try and keep, because for me, he's an absolute superstar. He wants to be a full-time player. It will really improve him. We've just got to try and get the wages down because I feel like he's one of those who can make and contribute to the first team. And particularly with the financial trouble we're in, I think probably the most important thing is that outside the first sort of core 14 or 15 players, we've got cheap players, we've got young stars, people who meet the under-19 quota and can contribute to the squad and don't add too much to that wage bill. So we've offered a deal to him. We'll give a few more out later on as well. But we've got Barry Town United, a Friday night finish in the Welsh Premiership and a title already wrapped up with 2 games to spare. We're in a really good position at the moment, and as a result of all of that, you're going to get to see a couple of the young stars. You've seen the poor form we've been on. It's really not been great, to be honest. In terms of the fixtures where we did score though, against Carmarthen, the 2-1 win, it was Amadi Holloway with his first for the club and Samuel Fanian. And then away at Cardiff Met Uni, Fanian with a brace and Kretschmar got the goal that wrapped up the title. But let's go and get into this game today, and then we'll go and review the season, one of my favourite new features in the game. We're of course being recommended to take out the 3 youngsters and bring back in the first team options, but we're not going to do that. We're going to give the game to Gwenault in goal. I apologise to Shane Owen, who is in the youth team and has commented on a few of these videos. I am sorry, but this youngster's rated better in game. I know it's not fair, and you are improving actually. We're going to offer you a new deal for next season. But unfortunately in FM, because you joined so late in the window, your quality's probably not been reflected, because he has been involved in the first team in real life quite a lot. However, it does mean that Gwenault comes in goal, 4.5 star potential, 1.5 ability. The ideal would be he reaches that potential, Owen reaches his, and that's our 1 and 2. Very easily done. He's wanted, Gwenault, by Llanelli Town on loan. He's definitely not going there. And if we have a look at that further down the team as well, Jack Hankin in at right back, now rated 2.5 star ability. Accomplished at right back after training there this season. He's improving really well. I'm impressed with him. And despite a few injuries, McCorney Flanagan's doing well as well. 1.5 ability, 4 star potential. Personality's improving slightly, he's training well, and he's going to get another chance today. So that means in total, our 11 is Gwenault in goal, Hankin and Bolton the fullbacks with Harbottle and Bodenham at centre-half, Goodrich, Boot, Nolan and Macaulay Flanagan the midfield 4, with Samuel Fanian and Amadi Holloway up front. He's got just that 1 goal for the club so far, and as he gets fitter and he gets better, we'll be hoping for a couple more. So let's go and get into the game. It's a dead rubber as such, but it's a real chance for us to give some of these lads a bit of football and to try and improve some of our youngsters and give them experiences they won't forget. The youth academy is crucial and we want it to succeed. It's the same for any one club story, and this one is no different. Nolan in for Glendon, who's out with a hernia, and the rest of the team is pretty much as you'd expect with the youngsters. So in we go to the Barry Town United match. Let me know what you think the score will be. Here we go then. We know Barry have got a good side. I'd like them with the European money each year to go professional, because Cummins is a good player, best right back in the league. Diakite's brilliant. Cottrell's still got the technical quality. And there's a few others in there. James Cook he's a good player at this level. Ceslovich always causes trouble against us. And he must have some good youngsters coming through as well. I'd just love to see 1 or 2 more go professional. It will probably take a bit longer, but fingers crossed it will happen. Into the last game, we're not worried about the result. We just want to see good performances from our youngsters. Let's see if they produce. Well, with 5 minutes to go to half time, I think this game is what we might refer to as one where both teams are already on holiday. Our team have wrapped up the league. They've got no cup to play for. Barry Town United out the cup and are guaranteed second. And the game has very much reflected that. Not one highlight, 3 shots on target for us, 1 for Barry Town. And let's be honest, it's been really poor. Hankin's motivated. Playing alright actually. Goodrich doing well in the holding role. Really has impressed since moving back there. In the attacking midfield role, probably the joint best rating of the attacking players is Macaulay Flanagan. So the youngsters are trying to impress. It's probably the senior players letting them down. Of course for Bolton it might be a last game for the club. He's on loan, he's out of contract at the end of the year. So either we need his deal to be extended and then him loaned back again, or him to reduce his wage demands, because at the moment he wants $6.50 a week. And with the club in the position they are financially, which we'll look at after, we can't do that until after the European matches. As a long ball downfield, headed up by Hankin, plays a 1-2 with Goodrich and looks for Amadi Holloway. Header away finds Ceslovich. On the left-hand side, running at us again. He's so direct and so good, but Goodrich nicks it that time. Hankin up to Holloway, who flicks on. Only as far as Luke Cummins, who finds David Cottrell. Down the line towards Diakite, he's in 1-on-1, defender makes a mistake, and Diakite slots it into the side netting when he was looking to get it inside the keeper's near post. No goals so far, a slightly better start to the half, but 0-0 with an hour gone. It's been a pretty poor game. I'm hoping as we look to make subs in a minute, this might be the year we can change our assistant as well. Of course, he's been on a month-to-month all season. He's got no permanent work permit, so we are trying to get that sorted, but it doesn't look like it's forthcoming. I'm going to make changes here. I'll leave on the youngsters, of course. Ryan Law can have a rare game at left back. As it stands, he'll be the only one at the club next month. Boots had a poor game, so we'll bring on Kretschmar. He's got the top assists in the league this season, deserves a chance. And up front, we're going to take off Fanian just to protect him from any injuries before the summer. Kane McLagan will be on for him. He'll probably be off in the summer. He's 31 going on 32 now. And he's been a backup all year who's flattered to deceive. Maybe Barry will take him back, who knows. Of course, we finished season 1 with Kane McLagan winning the Welsh Cup final against us. And we're now finishing season 2 with him coming on for us against Barry Town as we've wrapped up the league. As the ball into the back post finds Hankin, headed away as far as Rogers. Chance to cross from the left into David Cottrell. And Gwenault makes a very good save down to his left there. He holds it as well. When we're 4 to go, we're quite lucky to be holding on, I'd say. A long ball to Amadi Holloway though. Flicked on towards McLagan, who couldn't quite get there. Coming to go back to his keeper in Gould, and he clears long downfield. What we have got to reflect on, of course, is the fact that our first season back in the top tier, we've won the league. And though Europe probably was a distraction, particularly in those early qualifiers, we've managed to get some decent players in on frees. And losing Ted Malden has really crushed our form, but thankfully we were far enough ahead. Don't forget at that point we were 11, 12 points ahead? And in the end it's 7 after Barry bottled it following the title loss. It was an even game. Barry deserved to win it in terms of expected goals. They had good chances towards the end, but it finishes 0-0. A decent result, an okay finish to the season. But let's be honest, we're going to need to improve next year. I'm really worried about the finances, the club culture and everything else behind it. If we don't make it to the European money before players get sold behind our backs, we could be in a spot of bother next year. TNS win their game to wrap up 3rd, European qualifiers for the other professional side, and that's crucial for the long-term build a nation element. But in terms of the game, a pretty drab one to finish on. The finances are appalling. Minus 310 grand. Realistically, a qualifier is 150, 200,000. So we're going to need 2 of them just to get back to level, which basically means August we'll be back to normal. Are we by then going to have lost some players, going to have lost the chance to sign people? And then if we don't sign anyone, we get battered in the qualifiers. It's such a frustrating thing. And what I don't understand about all this happening is it's happened with us being £3,000 under the wage bill all season and all of last season as well. We've done everything we can to manage the finances here. We've had a player sold under our noses, our best player at that, and that was only for £20,000, which is more frustrating. So why on earth is the financial situation so bad when we're doing so well to manage it? I want to go and have a quick look to see what Serafino's status is. Whether he's in a position of wanting to leave at the moment. No, he's enjoying his role at the club again. So with this Italy and Argentina thing, I think we're in real trouble again. So we're going to skip ahead to the end of season review. My favourite part, one of my favourite new features at least. But although this season, in terms of the league campaign, has gone brilliantly, I'm really worried about next season. Financially, yes. In terms of signings, yes. So let's go and get the season review out the way. Because I've got a feeling I've got a very busy and long summer in store. I've just looked at the Barry Town player who had a bad day against us apparently. And let's have a look at him. He's 33 years of age. He's on the transfer list and out of contract. Physically he's awful, but technically he's top class. They've got a really good side, Barry. I'd argue they underachieved to be 7 behind us. If they can just find a way of getting professional, they'll be brilliant. We have got some good news in terms of finances. 15 grand coming in for our end of season finish. So there's a little bit of positivity. We need a bit more though, so let's get to the end of year review. Well, I don't quite understand what's happened here. I've not got the fancy new end of year review. Does it only happen in the first season? It can't do because I had it second year with Breaking. But here we've not had it, we've just been brought back to the messages. So we've got a narrow diamond, of course, our overall best 11 inductees. How many more have we had added? 4. Spencer, Kretschmar, Harbottle and Goodridge. Goodridge definitely the pick of the bunch, a super young player. Only 1 year left on his contract though. Did we get an extension clause in there? We didn't. Riley Harbottle's another one. He's done really well this year. And he's up to 4-star now. With Ted Malden leaving, we're relying on him at the back desperately. Let's have a quick look at Ted Malden, who did make 8 appearances at Lincoln in the end. He's a fringe player. And if we do get the European money in time, I'll try and get him back next season. Whether it's on loan or permanent, Ted Malden could be the one for us. I really want him back at this football club. In terms of the season review, we actually disappointed in both cups. But in the league, we did brilliantly. We came up, we won the title, And although we took advantage of a very poor year from TNS, we can only beat what's in front of us. We finish ahead of Barrytown United, TNS in Europe as well, unless they lose to Haverfordwest in the cup final. So I think we're in pretty good shape at the moment. The club vision is that we continue to qualify for the Europa Conference, reach the first qualifying round of the Champions League. I presume we'll be in that preliminary round with the likes of the sides from San Marino and Gibraltar and that, because the reputation is so low for the Welsh coefficient. We've got to repair the club's financial damage, which we know those qualifiers will do. And he keeps adding in extra club culture items. I'm going to try and discuss some of it, but I don't think it's going to work out. I just want to try and get these signings off. I don't want to sign people from Italy and Argentina. I don't really want to play direct football either, but we're going to live with that for now. I have to get the other two off. In terms of 2 years' time, challenge for the title's fine. Please, just let me do it, Domenico. Right, that's progress. Actually, I'm not so worried about that. He's taken one of them off. He's taken Italy off. He's just kept his native Argentina in there. I'm going to try once more to take it off and see what he says. No. So we've got to keep Argentina in there, but we've got one of them off. So I think that's a pretty good start. We've suggested that and we're going to finish. So we've now managed to get Italy off the club culture item. We can try and get players from Argentina, but 1 down out of 2. Maybe that will change things and I'll be able to instigate some domestic transfers again. We'll wait and see. Everything looking good off the pitch. The squad dynamics good. I am worried that we're going to be losing Chris O'Grady, so that might have an effect. But hopefully, unless it's done behind our back, Samuel Fanian and most of those influentials will still be here. In terms of the end of season team meeting, we'll do that off camera. We're going to ask them to challenge for the title again. And looking at the team report ahead of the new season, it's all pretty good. We've got a good enough squad to compete again. It's just we need a better one, really. We need a bit more depth. We need to replace Malden. Bolton will be gone. A couple of these lads will probably get sold off. So we'll wait and see where that leaves us. He's not even got Fanian in our best 11. Injury problems, as we said, George Glendon. Boot had a few earlier in the year, but they have cleared up. We missed Garcia and Eriksson a few times. And we've also missed Macaulay Flanagan, a young player that's really struggled with injuries, which does concern me. But otherwise, not too bad this year. They'll be back on the 20th of June for the qualifiers. I think they might end up back earlier than that. And Goodrich is training really well. So as it stands, it's been a very good season on the pitch in the league. Yes, disappointment in the cups, but we'd have taken that for a league title. And we have got to work on the finances. It's going to be a long and arduous summer. But we've made progress there, getting one of the 2 club culture items off. I'm just hoping next year we can do the other one. We will try and find a player in Argentina, but the work permit rules, we've probably got no chance. So in terms of appearances, you can see who the star men have been. Fanian's wanted, Owen Moore's wanted. There are a few concerns on that front. 28 goals for Fanian, stepped up very comfortably. Jimmy Spencer got 11, Kretschmar 7. And otherwise, we were pretty disappointing in front of goal. Assists 13 for Kretschmar, a league record. Owen Moore with 8, Fanian 7 and Bolton 5. And then in average rating, probably not quite as good this year. But Fanian the superstar, Harbottle brilliant. And I'm sure if Ted Malden was still here, he would have been up there as well. Goodrich and Kretschmar look great. Kretschmar, not the best star rating, but definitely a squad player next season. And we've got to try and build a squad with no finances and somehow without work permit rules for Argentina. So if you're looking forward to that and you did enjoy this second season, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on as we continue our 2 long-term stories every day at 3:30. So tomorrow it's the head coach, our first game at our new club. And then in 2 days' time, we're back with Bangor City for the start of Season 3. Our first European games we'll be preparing for, and a big summer transfer special in store, I'm sure. We've got 2 live streams a week, of course, and you'll get alerts for those as long as you've got that notification bell on too. You can check out the podcast channel in the eye above. Loads of interviews with pros, loads of championship predictions, and loads of topical podcast specials as well. Managerial specials, flavour of the winter, as the merry-go-round in full force, of course. But a big thank you for watching this one, your support through another season. You've blown me away on the channel this year. And I hope to see you for the start of Season 3, a big transfer special, as we prepare Bangor City, Castrap Bangor, for European football. I'll see you there.